April 23rd marks several significant events in history, from literary milestones to political developments. Here are 10 notable events that occurred on this date. On April 23, 1014, the Battle of Clontarf took place near Dublin, Ireland. The battle was fought between the forces of Brian Boru, High King of Ireland, and a coalition of Vikings and Irish clans. Brian Boru's forces emerged victorious, but he was killed in the battle. On April 23, 1616, the famous English playwright William Shakespeare died in Stratford-upon-Avon. Shakespeare's plays, such as Hamlet, Romeo and Juliet, and Macbeth, are still widely performed and studied today. On April 23, 1789, President-elect George Washington and his wife Martha moved to New York City, which was then the capital of the United States. Washington would be inaugurated as the first president of the United States on April 30th. On April 23, 1858, the Munich Agreement was signed between France, Austria, and the Kingdom of Sardinia, later part of Italy. The agreement was a diplomatic alliance against the expansionist policies of Prussia, which had recently annexed the Kingdom of Hanover. On April 23, 1910, former U.S. President Theodore Roosevelt delivered his famous Citizenship in a Republic speech at the Sorbonne in Paris. The speech included his oft-quoted line, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better." On April 23, 1940, a fire broke out at the Rhythm Club in Natchez, Mississippi, during a performance by the Walter Barnes Orchestra. The fire killed 209 people, most of whom were African American. The tragedy highlighted racial inequalities in fire safety and emergency response. On April 23, 1954, baseball player Hank Aaron hit his first major league home run while playing for the Milwaukee Braves. Aaron would go on to become one of the greatest players in baseball history, holding the all-time record for career home runs for many years. On April 23, 1968, student protests erupted in Paris, France, as part of wider social and political unrest in Europe and the United States. The protests, which began at the Sorbonne University, would lead to a general strike and major societal changes in France. On April 23, 1985, the Coca-Cola Company announced that it was changing the formula for its flagship product, Coca-Cola. The decision was met with widespread public backlash, and the company was forced to reintroduce the original formula as Coca-Cola Classic. On April 23, 2005, the video-sharing website YouTube was launched. The site quickly became a cultural phenomenon, allowing people to share and view videos from around the world. Today, YouTube is one of the most popular websites on the internet.